All right, guys, we've switched down. We're at the far end now. I've got on sun gear. Charles tore up his leg in the kayak. He got a bad burn on. If you want to show you, Jay might not even want to see that. It's not too good. But anyway, we're still catching them the same way, but I'm going to start. This is a chatterbaity looking area, so I'm going to throw a chatterbait real quick. Jump back on the chest. Let's try our little chatterbait right through here. Did I catch one earlier on the chatter? I know I had a hit. I don't think I actually pulled one in on a chatterbait. And I think Charles, his damage on spinnerbaits, wasn't it? So here, is this late in the day, the first chatterbait fish? Look how dark that dude is. That's a good looking chunk. I think the Z-Man Elaztec lasts longer than the Z-Man skirts, unless you glue them. Because on these little micro mini maxes, that skirt will definitely become an issue in a short time if you're like, you got to go glue it. What I recommend is like right from the get-go, just like those what you call it to yours. Oh God, come on, turn. Try to keep this boat right sideways like this. We can cover this whole, this is the one end of the pit. We started, oh my God, I thought I shut you off. Hang on, let's right this ship. Could have swore I hit that button. What do you got? Oh, spinnerbait versus mini max. Mini max gonna win, Charles. Mini max. Come on, mini max. Charles got a grass fish. No, actually, I talked about it. I just don't have a good enough, I think my spinnerbaits are a touch too big, but you got the perfect little blade. Like I think the blade is what's getting all these fish's attention over the bait itself. Because everything's feeding on those little, everything that spawned, there's all these little inch or less fish all over. And so those little blades, I think that's the first thing they see from a distance, and they come at it. And then once they're there, like, oh, I'll just get the bigger thing that's under it, you know, chasing it kind of deal. Because at Pogue, I got on a little tear with the spinnerbaits. That's one thing that can suck about a summertime bite, is like, you have definite windows of moving baits that they'll hit it, and then you got to go bouncing stuff off the bottom to really get on a, like, stay on fish kind of thing. Oh, there's another one chasing him. Look at that. Little dude chasing him. Got a double. Let me shut this trolling motor off. There we go. Mini max.
Some of these shows, they act like,
and let me see that bait real quick. Now see, Charles, he doesn't watch the shows I watch, but as soon as Charles was telling me about this a week or so ago, I caught on that Mega Bass and them came out with the bait that basically you get that little thing. But they've been making these little beetle spin things for years,
since the
that you can add on, kind of deal.
And
so
this is an AliExpress.
Right.
It came in a pack of 20-40. It's 12 gold and 12 silver.
Right. So you just basically take whatever size jig you want to match up to it, and you end up with sort of like a spinnerbait. But you can also just rig that on a jig head and like a beetle spin type setup, where, you know, and go from whatever sizes you're wanting kind of deal. But yeah,
and see, I bought Colorado and willow leaf, so I can make any jig Colorado blade silver or gold, or a willow leaf silver or gold.
Right. Oh, right, dude. I'm getting hit.
I can't hardly throw this thing.
Charles got another one. Yeah, I think you got me beat because you got a flash of a blade over the... I've got a copper blade, but the chatterbait just doesn't flash as much as a spinnerbait. Yeah, it just wiggles. Dude, get out of there. Get out of that. P-line original, no need to check that line. Oh wait, it's 10 pound. Didn't I? Yeah, I put 10 pound back on this, what do you call it?
The thing is, they're sitting in this grass that's down there, and so even throwing right straight down the middle of this thing.
Get in here. Get in. Get in this boat. Whee! That dude, he's an Olympic diver. Yeah, he's an Olympic diver. He went for the gold. He went for it and got it. I just know one of us is going to get on a big fish. I should stop long enough to throw that worm right out in that, where that wood is. So they're kind of still hitting like all over the bank, in the shade, out of the shade. And we could probably sit here and pick this whole area apart. Once we get done with this moving bait deal, we could probably set and jig some worms. Guy ought to go over there and flip them tires another depth into the water.
Oh, but when it comes up, they are in the water.
Yeah, but it doesn't stay up as much. There's just some of those places, every time you go to them, there's always more cover just outside. It's like, dude, if that was just 5 foot further out, it would be excellent all the time, not just when it rains or when it, you know. Dude, that turtle came up so fast, he brought mud from the bottom with him and cleaned off. Well, I like throwing chatterbait, but I'm tempted to just see what the worm would do out here. I'm gonna make another cast over this way. Charles, what'd you hang on to?
Actually, I think one did it.
Try one over there. Try one right there on that, what you almost call a point. See it would. Oh, got one too. I got one. Charles is going to get his bait. That's a little chunky chunk. That is that dude is special. Yeah, the big blade, once these little fry started popping up everywhere, the big blade like shut down, and the mini max or smaller baits seem to have stayed working for me. Up until that time when everything totally spawned and started having babies swimming everywhere, the big blade seemed to be about as good. And that's why, look at all them little fish. You see those, Charles?
Oh, yeah.
Little fit, you know, some of them are getting bigger, but they're about the size of a spinnerbait blade, a smaller spinnerbait blade. About the size. That was vicious. Charles pulled a bunch in right over there. I don't even think I cast quite to that side, that far back. Let's check him. He hadn't thrown a soft plastic yet. Charles, you missed the big one. Oh my God, Charles, you missed the giant. I think I'm in grass, but I'm gonna milk it for all it's worth, Charles. Get in here, you gigantic fish. Pulling the boat. Pulling the boat, Charles. Oh God. I think he's on there. That fish. Oh God, look at that.
That's a lot of grass.
It was in this same area, not area, but this pit. I pulled in that one and went almost 8 with way more grass than that on the Teton.
Right.
I didn't get it in that fast. Oh, dude, you just made a mess of Charles's boat. Dude, Get back out there. Charles, he done destroyed your boat. You take a good rain to get this little... He got me too. It's all on my leg. Look at that. I'm fleckled with gunk. Fleckled. I don't even know that's a word. Have you ever been fleckled, Charles?
No, I'm freckled.
Freckled, not fleckled. Anyway, it works. That dude was a bouncer. It's drag was... He was in that grass like I was earlier. So I'm going to try this one. This is a color I've never tried. As far as I know, this is the only thing they make it in, is this worm. It's called honey something. And I'm going to rig it on a wobble head.
It's so shallow going over that grass though that when he grabbed it, he popped.
See how it's got this little... I don't know if you're supposed to try it like that, or I don't know why it's made with that on there.
What?
It's got like an extended deal on it.
Yeah, I've seen those before.
So I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do there. I'm going to tear it off.
A crazy color.
Because I don't even know why it's on there. So I'm going to take that off. Try to get this boat going somewhat. So I'm going to rig it up on a wobble head. Try to keep it perfectly straight. I would think this color would get hit too. Get jacked. You're already jacked. Jack. You're already jacked, Jack. Let's try. Oh, that one. I landed subtle and that dude, it spooked him. It was behind him. I watched that fish get spooked and run from it. Not that one. Dude, that's a little better fish. Get out of the chunk. That's fish of the day, I think.
Huh?
Isn't it or not?
That's fish of the day, yeah.
Dude, that is a nice one. I was dropped right down there. That ain't the one I saw. The one, a littler one, like scared him when it hit, and it was real subtle. I watched him take off, and that dude just went thump as soon as it got to the bottom. So this, I guess I got it rigged like sideways. It does have a way you can rig it. It is not that one. So this is called Honey Candy. So there's our regular one we like, and then the Honey Candy has kind of a, which is good, it's like a green and a blue flake on that, like even a touch lighter green pumpkin-y color. So I'm hoping I don't like it too well. And it's just one more color I got to keep buying, but I had to try it.
I wish Art would get set up and do...
Yeah, and that's why I keep talking about Big A's. He's
Yeah, Elaztec. If he would do Elaztec, then we could get whatever colors we wanted. That would be awesome.
This thing probably needs rigged on a shaky head. There's a fish. Come on, Super Destroyer. This definitely gets hit. Oh, he just threw it off. There it goes. Something's gonna eat it now and be dead. Well, all these Strike King colors that I picked, those couple, man, they do get hit, but boy, I go through the baits. So those two are definitely deadly. Let's try, that's a little denser Green Pumpkin Magic, our original OG Zoom baby brush hog, which honestly, it catches another extra fish or two, I think, maybe. But I need to jump on Z-Man's deal and say, hey dude, when are we going to have every Z-Man soft plastic made in like all the colors Z-Man makes? At least that gives us that option, you know what I mean? Yep. Like why isn't that a thing yet? Like why can't I get a, because you can't get, there's certain ones, like I know for a fact the Perfect Perch is only in so many colors. I don't think you can get it in a Zinkers. I think you can get it in a TRD and the big TRD. That color you got, I believe, is only in so many colors. My reel got, I don't know, had like a dust coating on it. I don't even know where it's from. I didn't dunk it, but I told you, that's the bite right there. That's the bite. The bite of the day is this right here. Now you could catch them, as we have done, on multiple types, but you got to be close to that color to be like game on with these, I think. Those Canadian geese have been telling me all spring and summer long. Canada craw, dude. That's what they're hitting on. That's what they're hitting on in Canada. That's what they're hitting on everywhere. And I want to say this bait has two shades to it, right?
Yeah, it does.
There's like on a dark and a light. Yeah. I don't really even think
I didn't notice it at first, and I read mine upside down.
But this is one of those, you just throw it out, and it's getting bit. Yeah, it's like over peanut butter and jelly, over all of it, and you throw it out in the shade, it really gets bit. But the shade isn't like a necessary have-to-have kind of thing. Doesn't hurt. There's a hit right. Oh, dude, do I still have that fish? No, he fluttered up my worm. But I didn't even have this color. Thanks to Charles, he does have this color. I had already been through my pack of, and they work. The Strike King ones, I had already been. I should just do that. See how many, you know, each time it tears, don't change it, just change baits. I bet you in like half hour, oh, that dude, I watched him come out and grab it. So they may be on an aggressive thing. Like I jerked it and then killed it, and he just came out and nailed it. Like he came off the bank. He was up way shallower. Charged it hard. After like a very, how did he do that? Oh, well, you're right, on the edge, that corner. We've already sort of hit it. This is almost like a ledge. Up here, there should be, we had the one we missed, but there should be fish kind of, wind's blowing into it. There's one. That might be a little better. Chunk. Go. Oh, dude, he about ate that thing. Yeah, about swallowed it, I mean. I know there's a fish over there. Super Destroyer knows there's one over there too. He's bound determined to get on him. There he is. Get on him, Super Destroyer. Or maybe it got bigger. Is it possible? What in the world? That fish, I'd almost swear a little one hit it and then got off, and then that big one took it. Because that dude isn't a bad little chunk. Oh, look at that. That was definitely, my snap about gave way. Should I change snaps? I should, but will I? Absolutely not. Oh, you got one chasing. That's exactly what you got going on. Let me drop that down there. I think that's what happened to me. Little one had my bait, and he, you know, shook. He got off, and the bigger one beside him grabbed it. He's fighting. Charles got to fight. I'm trying to get this boat turn around, but they are all up and down these banks. Yeah, look how fat that one is. Been eating. Been eating these little spawn fish. Oh, I had one. Good deal. Charles got one. That worm is definitely the choice over a brush hog type bait, but I'm still like in hopes of that big fish bite that I know. Usually if it's going to be a big fish bite in here, it's going to be a giant. I think I got a fish on. I've had that fish for like, hopefully it didn't swallow it. Look, that's how little. I was like, what is that? What is that tugging on my line? Little Dinksville. We're on the little batch of them there in that shade. Deep water, shade on the bank. Charles got another one. They should be, though, in all honesty, still up along this ledge. That wind's blowing us right into that ledge. Yep, right there too. All along the banks, because they're feeding on that. Oh, dear Lord. Got Charles, that one got away. That one got away from me. You done? Hello, dude. He's done. Oh, shoot. All right. Get this boat centered. I'm telling you, a trolling motor with spot lock, I would think would be a purchase over any of those other depth finder stuff that's crazy expensive. Just for like this, you kind of set yourself almost in the middle and just hit a button. You know, as long as it kept you within range and you don't have to, you know, you just fish and you're not worried about this trolling motor. It's doing its own thing.
Did you see that one following?
Yeah, I know. They're in wolf packs over through here. Which what we should do.
Good. You know, there's a bunch of them.
Well, they're picky about what they eat because they're not really eating any of this. That little BFS bait you had is probably what you throw up there. And but they're also in a lot of times they're just waiting around for the other ones to group up, and all of a sudden they chase up a bunch at once and they gobble them up. Then they go back to, they're just kind of setting.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
Oh, there he is. I see him. Charles is tied up right at the moment. Go ahead.
No, throw.
No, throw there.
Throw to this.
No,
You
throw.
to that.
Hey, I'm in there, buddy.
That's getting deep in the structure.
They just need to hit top water.
Yeah.
I can't quite get down there. That won't fall off. I was trying to get it to fall right there,
Right.
but it wouldn't fall off. Here, I'll try this side again, right there. I think that wasn't that far off from where I was catching the jerkbait fish. There's one. Get. Dude, I'm trying to get over here. Oh, there's one following him. There's been followers everywhere. Dude, that bait is already gone. I knew that. One fish. Well, two fish. One fish, two fish. Need a new bait, fish. Okay, let's switch. Yeah, I'm still on the first one you gave me. It's still sitting there, and it caught, I don't know how many earlier. Speaking of that, you know what? Give me that. Let's just put the zinkers on this. Finish out strong. So yeah, little wobble head. I guess there is a bottom. We're gonna go right there, keep the whatchamacallit on bottom. That little bait has been definitely I call it the star of the show just because we caught the one Charles has, the one he gave me has caught a bunch of fish, and we're still using that bait.
Oh yeah.
That color, there's no doubt that strike king color is on too, but I've gone through so many baits.
Yeah.
All right, that's a wrap. I have no idea which video you watched, but there may be more than one because we caught a lot of dinks. Get out, go bass bonsai. You know the deal. Stay tuned for the live streams to see exactly what went on in this ordeal we had today. Charles's boat, still got a few little minor things to do to it, but it's a little fish machine at the moment. The wind was nuts, but other than that, we got out here, did what we needed to do. No big fish. Charles, you fishing next weekend?
Yeah. Give me my warm back.
We need to go somewhere. Charles wants a zinker. I caught a bunch of zinkers. I gave it back to him. He can still use it over the any other soft plastic. There's a couple other companies making them, but we need to go big fish hunting next week, Charles, where there is a chance for a big bass. There is here. This is where my personal best came from, but they're hard to get a big bass in here to hit. Very hard. Thanks for watching, guys. Get out, go bass bonsai, wherever you do. Have fun doing it.